righty, we are starting Mrs. Cruz's math live lesson. We are going to begin. You already know your promise. Show me your pinkies. You have your pinkies? Let's look. Ah, your pinky promise. Participate. Be respectful and kind. Thank you for being on time. Please stay muted. I know some of you love to unmute. It is not appropriate to unmute in the middle of the lesson. All right, guys. Include your name. If you can change it on Zoom, that would be ideal if you could do that. And stay seated unless I tell you to get up. And then, of course, eyes on me, eyes on the computer so you don't miss a thing. All right, the first thing I would like to do is to say happy birthday to 4 of our friends from both August and September. So there are 4 folks that I found on my birthday list, and I just want to give a quick shout out to them. So we have Blake and Brooklyn and Melody and Joshua. Happy birthday! Everybody do your monkey clap. Go. Yay, monkey clap, monkey clap. So your name will be up there next month if you have an October birthday. All right, so let's go on. This is something else that's new. I have been wanting to do this all year. I finally got the okay to do it. We are going to do a weekly spotlight. That means that oops, who's unmuted? Check, promise, check. Make sure your little red microphone is off so I can go ahead and do our weekly spotlight. This is where I get to showcase 3 of my friends, 3 students who have done amazing things this week. So whoever is chosen will stay up there all week. And let's see, I'm peeking around at some folks real quickly. I'm going to mute somebody here. Zara, why are you unmuted? Okay, so let's go and see who is in the weekly spotlight. Now, there are 3 people, and this is actually for this whole week. So we were going to celebrate 3 friends. I wonder who it's going to be next week. So the first person we would like to celebrate is Siddharth. He is an awesome Zoom promise keeper. That means he never unmutes unless I ask him to. He raises his hand. I just think he's a fantastic promise keeper. He's really good at it. So I'd like to see everybody's name up there. Now, Prisha, wow, I have been reading your work and I love your detailed responses. You don't give me one-word answers. You explain yourself, and I love that. So if I tell you to write just a little bit more, please do that. Let's make sure that our responses are really full. Okay, good sentences complete using vocabulary. All right, and then the third person at the bottom is Jaden. Jaden, your assignments are on pace. That does not mean you're rushing. That means that you are working every week and you don't stop. Awesome job. I love it. All right, so guys, I wonder who it's going to be. Point to yourself if you think you're going to end up there next week. You will see these. Yeah, you could be pointing to yourself. Absolutely. I wonder who it will be. Yeah, I think so too. So remember, you need to be an awesome promise Zoom keeper. You need to be writing really good sentences to explain your answers in both math, science. And then like for Jaden, his assignments are on pace. Again, that does not mean he's rushing. That just means he's working every week. Okay. All right. Let's see what's next. Today, what are we going to do today? Oops, this is not what we're doing today. How'd that happen? We are going to be counting by tens. Yes. Yeah, you love that. You've been working on that all week. But let's look at this slide real quickly before we begin. What have we learned so far? They're in green. It says first, you will be able and need to be able to count by tens. Raise your hand if you know how to count by tens. 10, 20, 30. Raise your hand. 40, 50, 60. Yeah, Benito. 70, 80, 90. 100. Ben, are you looking up here? Yeah, look up. Don't miss it. Can you group objects? Yeah, I like how you're raising your hand there. That's fine, but I'd like to see you raise your hand. Great. The next one. Can you group a bunch of objects to make a 10? Let's say that your mom came and dropped your cookies all over the floor. Oh gosh. Would you be able to group them into tens? Here's 10 cookies here. Let's do another 10 cookies. Let's do another 10 cookies. Can you make groups of tens? Yes. Raise your hand. Oh, raise both hands if you can make groups of tens. Yeah, you know you can. All right. Now, you need to know how many tens are in a number. Now, that's what we're going to do today. We are going to determine how many groups of tens are in a number. You'll also need to know what number a group of tens represents. You will also need to be able to count on tens from any number. And I'm going to show you a trick. And you should be able to count on and back tens from any number. All right, so the green ones we've already learned. Now we're going to move on and see what else we need to know. But before we do, whee! Okay, now I want you to raise, let's see, what are we going to raise? We're going to raise our foot. Put a foot up in the air. If you have used a hundreds chart, yay, there's a foot. Who knows? Who knows? Okay, put those feet down. Phew. Who knows what a hundreds chart is? You know that there are patterns on that hundreds chart that we will learn to use to help us. So on a hundreds chart, you can slide up or down to subtract tens. Yes, that's right. You can slide up and down your hundreds chart. And we're going to practice that a lot. Here is a picture of a hundreds chart, and it has a ton of patterns on it that repeat over and over again. That's what a pattern does. It repeats, it repeats, it repeats, it repeats over and over again. And you'll notice one of the patterns is you have a column of numbers and they all end the same way. Watch the circle, quick. Here it goes. Whoa. All the way down, they all end in 6. Isn't that awesome? Now it's time for us to Nearpod. So I'm going to stop sharing and get the code ready for you. Okay, guys? So give me a few seconds. Let's pull up this code so we can get started. Okay. This is module 4, lesson 3, and you work on that this week and next week. I'm going to play a quick video first that is so cute, and it's going to give you some background, some information, some knowledge about what tens and ones are. Let's watch.
Welcome to Kids Academy.
Uh-oh. First question of the day. What do the words tens and ones make you think of? Don't write potatoes. What do tens and ones? Uh-oh, what happened? Went back the other way. Yes. What do the words tens and ones make you think of? Somebody's writing. Oh, do we have some answers? Oh, they make you think of the number 100. Oh, there's another example of a number 11. Oh, are you giving me examples of numbers that have tens and ones in them? That's wonderful. There's 100. Yes, I see the 100. You know what it makes me think of? Value. Yes, how much something is worth. Oh my goodness, if you were a little baby in a crib and your dad gave you $100, would you understand the value of it? You're too little. You don't know how much it's worth. That's right. So as you get older and you start to understand that numbers actually mean the value, how much something is worth. Well, then we can break it up and see, well, how many tens does this number have? How many ones does this number have? And does that make it greater, less than another number? Oh, it helps us compare too. Awesome. Okay, let's move on. I love this counting numbers. Great examples, guys. Okay, let's finish up.
When we look at a number like 35, each digit in this number has its own value. There's a
Value.
number in the ones place and a number in the tens place. Let's have a closer look at each number to see its true value. The ones place is furthest to the right. The number in the ones place always equals itself. In our number 35, the 5 is in the ones place. Its value is just that, 5. It is represented by the 5 ones cubes.
There they are.
The next place over is the tens place. The number in the tens place is always 10 times the value of the number shown. It's like counting by tens to the number you see.
Counting by tens.
In our number 35, the 3 is in the tens place. We can find its value by counting by tens 3 times.
Okay, real quick. There is a mistake that a lot of kids, a little boo-boo that they sometimes make when they're first learning how to tell how many tens are in a number. You know what someone would say? There are 30 tens. Wait a minute. No, stop. Are there really 30 of those tall tens or just 3 of them? Oh, so it's a quick non-example. I want you to know what kind of boo-boos kids make. So let's count how many tens there are. 1, 2, 3, not 30 of them.
Let's try it. 10, 20, 30. The value of the 3 is 30.
That's the
Another trick
value,
you
but
can
not the
remember
number.
is to just put a 0 at the end of the number. The 3 in 35 is represented by the 3 tens blocks, which equals 30.
Question. Okay. Now, if you had the number 45. Okay. So if you had the number 45, the digit in the tens place is what? And the digit in the ones place, oh. So if you were to look at the number 45, would you be able to know the difference between the tens place and the ones place? Do you know where they are? Do you know what number is sitting in those places? All right. So as we get closer to the end of the lesson, you'll know a trick, a really cool trick to help you determine how many are in each place. All right. Finishing up in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Don't worry if you didn't get it right. It is 4 is the number in the tens place. And 5 is the number in the ones place. Zara, please mute. Thank you. All righty, 45. You'll notice that there are 4 tens and 5 ones. If you don't get it right, don't worry. Stick around because I'm going to show you a trick. Here we go. Oops. Yep. We're just going to move on. Strategy alert. Strategy alert. Whoop, whoop. Remember last week, and I think the week prior, we talked about helping you figure out all of your math strategies by having you make a poster at home. Yeah, so there's a picture of a little poster up here. You can make one too, and you can tell me all the different strategies we've learned so far. They have a model, they were talking about patterns, they have a hundreds chart, they talked about counting on. You can think of all the strategies. Well, guess what? We have a new one, and here it comes. Okay. Excited. You're going to know how to do a T-chart. We're going to draw giant T's on our numbers. So check out 63. Can you see it? Yeah, you can see 63. What did I do to it? And look at the little face on top. I cut it. I sliced the number 63 using a T. Everybody put their finger up and make a T for me. T. That's right. Make a T. T. So if I were to draw a T right through the middle of the number, just slice it right through the middle, I will be able to always know how many tall, skinny tens. How many? How many? How many? Arna, can you tell how many are in the tens place?
6 tens.
That's right. 6 tens. I know there are 6 tens. Now, wait a minute. Why is there a little cute baby here? I'll tell you why. Because they're not old enough to be tens yet. They didn't grow up to be 10. They're still babies. So I call them baby ones. That's right. How many baby ones are there, Adeline? Oops, somebody unmuted. I didn't ask them to though. Antoine, please mute until I tell you. Adeline, how many?
3.
Yes, that's right. 3 babies. Everybody give me a wow wow. You can unmute. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Three, two. Not going to be on the promise list. Thank you. Oh, that was great. Thank you for muting. I love it. So yes, now we're going to practice this. We are going to learn how to slice a number that has 2 digits. See the 2 digits? It's got a 6 and a 3. We slice it down the middle and we can tell how many tens and how many baby ones there are in a number. That is called learning the place value. Every place has its value. Now, there are not 60 tens. That's too many. There are 6 tall tens and there are 3 baby ones. Let's look at the model. Can you see 6 tall tens? Put your finger on the screen and count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tall tens. That matches. And how many baby ones? Poke the baby ones. 1, 2, 3 baby ones. And our number, when we put those digits together, is 63. All right, it is time for you to help me draw the tall tens. Whoops. Hold on. Okay, it's time for you to draw. This is time for you to draw model or pull the model over. How many tens and how many baby ones are in the number 35? So you can prove to me the value, just how many tens and how many baby ones there are. So let's look and see how we did. I hope you didn't put 30 because we don't have 30 tens. We only have 1, 2, 3 tens. So let's look at Antoine. Antoine, do you see that many tens in your number? If you were to draw a line down the middle, how many are sitting in that place? Does it say 30 or does it say 3? It only says 3. Let's look at an example. Who's done? Ooh, Adeline. Beautiful. 3 tens and 5 baby ones. Beautiful job. Let's look at Jaden's row. Oops, that was Michael. Wrong one. Jaden. Woohoo, 3 tens, 5 baby ones. Excellent. Let's look at 3 more. Almo. Awesome. I am so glad that you recognize that there should only be 3 tall tens. If we were to count every little tiny cube, it would be 30 if we broke them all apart and counted each one. But since we're only counting the tall tens, I call them teenagers, I count only 3 tall tens. Wonderful job. Let's look at, let's see, Alini, awesome. Siddharth, yes. Okay, oops, I'm going one more. I have to do one more. Okay, Ava Marie. Ada? Can you pull or draw the tall tens and the baby one cubes? So really all I want to see are the cubes, or what are called 10 rods, in the tens place, and baby ones, little cubes, in the ones place. Nice work, Johnny. Okay, moving on. Moving on. I want to look at everybody's, but I have to go on to the next one. Now, we're going to do the opposite. We're going to count how many tens and how many baby ones, and we're going to write the number that represents the value. Oh, we're not drawing the tens and ones. We're not doing a model. We're writing the number down. How many tens and how many baby ones? Now, here's something that some kids will do. They will sit there and count every seed in the 10 frame. That's going to take forever, and we'll be here till midnight. All you have to do is tap your tens. 1, 2, 3 tens. I see 3 tall tens. And you don't have to count every seed. Just count the tens. 1, 2, 3. 3 tens. And then you can count individually the 2 baby ones and write it in. So let's see how we did. Oh, I see beautiful answers. If it's taking you too long, that might be because you are counting every single seed in the tens rod. Don't need to do that. Don't need to do it. Just count how many rods there are. Antoine, try writing the number. This time we're not doing a model. Just write the number. So in your first one, I see 3 tens and 2 ones. So I would write 3, 2. That's 32. I would write 3 tens, 2 ones. And when you write those, the digits read 32. Woohoo! Look at all these answers. I love you guys. We're going to move on in about 15 seconds. Let's look at Siddharth's. Beautiful. Oh, I like it. 2 tall tens, and you counted the baby ones, 29. Fabulous. Great job. Oh, look at all those. I'm so glad that you didn't write there were 50 tens. There are not 50 tall rods. There's only 5 of them. Great job. Let's go and look at Christina's. Oh, wonderful. I see. Yes, I agree. 4 tall tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 baby ones. 45. Let's see. We haven't looked at Benito's. Woo, wonderful. Ooh, you guys are so good. Julian. Yes, wonderful. I like that. 56. Excellent. All right. And let's look at Jackson. Jackson's in the middle of working. I can't open his yet. Let's look at Christina. And now we're moving on. Ooh, I have one more after this. Yes, Christina. Excellent. Arna. Yeah, wonderful. Okay, Abdul. Got a peek at his too. Wonderful, wonderful. Oh, Yalini, I loved yours too. Okay, now you're going to drag the tens rods and the ones to represent each number. What do you mean, Mrs. Cruz? Let's look at the first box. If you were to draw a T line right through your number 29, how many tall tens would you drag into this blue box? And how many baby ones would you drag into the first blue box? If you were to draw a line through the number 52, could you tell me how many tall tens and how many baby ones? You would drag into the second blue box. Have fun. I'll give you 1 minute, okay? As I peek at you guys and see how you're doing. Oh, it's so cool. If you look at my screen, you can actually see how everybody's doing. So these are 2 different numbers, guys. And so you're going to have 2 different values. Remember when I said we can compare numbers now? Now that we understand place value, how much are in each place? How much is in each place? We can really see which number is greater because it has more tens. Oh, or which number is greater because it maybe has more ones. It just has a greater value because there are more of one of the other. Okay, so in this example, I think the one that has more tens is going to be a bigger number. If Zara wanted some money and I said, Would you rather have $29 or $52? I wonder what she would say. Hmm. I wonder if what Abdul would say. Would he rather have $29 or 52? Whoa. If you look at the models, you can tell one of them's got a lot more tall tens. And tall tens, that's worth more, isn't it? Yeah, because each 10 is worth, well, 10. So I think the value would be greater if you had more tens. Oh, wow. I am so pleased, guys. You are great at this. Something tells me you've been practicing. Please tell your parents how awesome they are for helping you learn. Wonderful. I'm loving it. Yes. Oh, very good. Yep. Okay, so one thing I might recommend is to move the tens to one side and move the baby ones to the other side so we don't get them backwards. So the tens come on the left side first, and then the baby ones are on the right side second. Oh, wow. I am so impressed. All right, all right, all right. Let's look at Precious real quick, and then we're going to move on. Fabulous. Kiss your brains, guys. Yes. Give your shoulders a hug. Awesome. Let's move on. What else are we going to do that's fun? We are so close to being done. Let's do oh, this one is a little more challenging in that this time I'm going to mention something really quickly, and we're not going to spend a lot of time on this, but I want to kind of talk about different ways to show the same number. So let's talk about this for a second. Let's say that you did some chores at home and you earned $10. Your dad or mom could give you a $10 bill. Yeah. And you'd be like, yay, I got $10. Look at my one $10 bill. You know what else they could do? Nope, they don't have a $10 bill, but they could give you 10 $1 bills. Is it the same? Yeah. Is it a different way? Yeah. And it's okay. Oh, wait a minute. They don't have dollar bills. What else could they do? What about two $5? Two $5, but they could do it a totally different way. So there are multiple ways to show the value of numbers. So you can do two tall tens and seven baby ones in the yellow box. And then couldn't we do, are you ready for it? Hold on to your chair. 27 baby ones in the orange box. Could you do 27 crying babies? Could you? Yeah, that's the same value, but shown a totally different way. That's right. So there are multiple ways to show the same value. Okay. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that. I just want to go over that because that's something that you and your learning coaches, your families can work with you on. Let's show two different ways to make the same number. I'm going to say that again because it's very important. Let's show two different ways to make the same number. Okay. All right. So peeking, going to peek. Look at Johnny's. Woohoo. Look at that. Now, both of them should still equal 27. So this one's got two tens and seven baby ones. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And over here we have, uh-oh. Let's talk about this for a second, Johnny. Over here, you have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 72. Remember the value of tens is actually just counting by tens. Yeah, I just fixed it. You're awesome. I would do just like when we broke the $10 bill up into single baby ones, $1. Maybe I would do the same thing. I would break up 27. And one way to do it is you could do all baby ones. That would be your second way to show it. Then there is another option. I'm wondering if anyone figured this out. I think they have. One tall 10 and 17 baby ones. It still comes out to be 27. Okay, stop, stop, stop. Work on that at home. It's fun to do. Okay, it's just different ways to show the same number. Okay, stop. Stop, stop, stop. All right. So last week, I gave you some advice. I said that you are going to start telling me, how do you know when you've got this? All right. We used to do the poll. I got this. I need help. Or I just need to practice. Now, I want to ask you, how do you know that you understand tens? So you can give me an example. You can show me a T-chart. You can draw a model, or you can write it in words. How do I know that you have got this? Think about our learning goals and what we were supposed to know by the end of the lesson. So you are going to just share something about what you think that all our students should know and be really good at to prove that they know their tens and ones place value. All right, let's look and see some answers. What should you be able to do? Think. Yeah, I totally think you should think. Yeah, that's such a good answer. Well, what are you thinking about? Are you thinking about the value in each place? Are you thinking about tens and ones? Okay, Benito, I like your example. Yes. Jackson. Yes, baby ones. Wonderful. Ooh, let's look at London's. Oh, yeah. Let's approve some of these. I like it. Okay, I know I can do it. Ava Marie. Ada, I'm thinking, how do I know? How are you going to prove it to me? What, Olmo, look at that. He gave me an example. Yeah. Oh my goodness, Yeleni, look at this example she put up. She found it on the internet. It's a place value table or chart that shows how many tens and ones are in a number. Oh, here comes Johnny's T chart. Yes, the T chart showing your tens and baby ones. Yep, and the T charts grow. We can make them in. Oh, look at Adalyn. I love this class too. Me too. Awesome. All right, so we have some wonderful answers. If you didn't give an answer yet, that's okay. It is time for our time to climb, and then we'll say goodbye. Here, oh, yep. Do we have a time to climb? Or is that tomorrow? Maybe that's tomorrow. Yep. So our time to climb is tomorrow. We are all done for the day. Okay, guys, promise me you won't cry like baby ones. Promise me that you will practice writing the value of each number, a 2-digit number, and tell me how many tens and ones there are. Oh, and promise me that you will practice showing the value 2 different ways. Okay, guys, unmute and tell me something that you learned today and wave goodbye because I have small groups I need to rush to.
About 10. About 10. A baby one. Tens. And how many baby ones?
Bye. Bye, sweetheart.
Bye.
You're awesome. Love you. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm holding on.
Baby one.
Bye, sweetheart. Okay, see you later. Joshua, do you have a question for me?
I can count to 1,000.
You can. What comes after? Hold on, I know this. What comes after 882?
892.
Oh, wow. If you're doing by tens, yes. Excellent. Kiss your brain. That's counting by tens. Bye, Joshua. Nice work.
So his feet got this. Wouldn't we have to know what the value is going to be in each place? And
yes, Vashvik. Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
The problem.
Yeah.
With different ways.
Yeah. Wonderful. Good thinking. Bye, sweetheart. Okay, I'm going to end because I have small groups. I love you. I'll see y'all soon. Bye.
Bye.